Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy. Just here to remind you that with every bright light, there's always an illusion of a shadow that forms at some particular point, especially if there's an obstacle or a structure, if you will, in between. Then there's definitely going to be more than one shadow that is illuminated by the bright light. So everybody realizes that you can't have any type of light in darkness. It's just completely dark. And everybody realizes, I'd like to hope, that with every shadow comes an aspect of both dark and light. And that there's a fine veil in between both the light and the dark of the shadow. When it meets together, that forms the illusion of, or the perception of shade, right? So I realized that I spent a lot of time in a place I didn't belong, but I did it for all the right reasons, maybe. All I know is that when I hung out in the shadows, I, literally created more shadows within the shadow. Because even though I was in a dismal place in my life where I was a functioning depressed person, and my feet knew how to walk, and my actions, my insides knew how to respond, do you know what I mean? And I just, wasn't mentally there. Not all of me. I was just, depressed. I'm sure people realize what happens when you're depressed. Certain aspects of you fade away, right? So I spent a lot of time. And when I was there, right, and parts of me faded away, they were hidden within the shadows that I was creating within the shadow. It sounds pretty, wild, but because I am a bright light individual, we all are, actually. 99% of us are, unless you're walking around without a soul. You're a light being, and you carry light within you. But my light has always been very, very bright and very, very strong, and it preceded me wherever I went. So people always knew something was going to happen before they saw me. So they either had a good feeling or they had a bad feeling. I mean, depending upon where I was that particular moment in my own self. Because I guess I've had the ability to step in and out, maybe. I'm still trying to figure all that out. But what I do know is that when I was in the shadows as a light being, creating more shadows within, because light creates shadows, I created safe havens for others that were dwellers of the shadows, that thought that they only had a few places that they could, I don't want to say hide, but, remain unseen, we'll say. And they led me to other contacts, and I was able to share my light and illuminate more of their shadows to broadcast more light within them and help them break free of their perpetual chains, if you will. And I never realized that I had that big of an effect. But I talked to a bunch of people recently that I haven't seen in like at least 10 years. Now, mind you, I was depressed, a functioning depressed person for over 20. So they told me, they thanked me. They reached out on YouTube actually, and they told me that they were happy that they found me, that I popped up on their feed, because they were able to thank me for helping them at their most trying times by adding more light and more love and more positivity to their shadows to help break them free of the pending darkness and allow more light and love and, life, true life to approach them. And it wasn't just like a handful of them, it was at least 10, maybe 20. And I'm so elated to know that my effect went unseen by me, but had vast amounts of progression in their lives. And I wanted to share with you what I learned, courtesy of the internet, by just being me and being the person I've pretty much always been, loving, giving, understanding, patient, a friend, that I was able to help people that I didn't think I was able to reach. Those were the same people that they resisted me and they walked away, But what I didn't realize is that their resistance was only short-lived, because like other people that I've noticed, they went back and they picked up their tools and they brought them into their reality and changed their illusion and shifted, listen to me, and shifted in perception so that they could create the illusion that their inner selves desired, which is abundance of love, light, wholesomeness of true self, serving others without expecting to receive anything in return, just for the mere fact of seeing the joy and the elatement on their face, being able to share in their joy. So, just so that you're aware, hold on. Sorry. The dog didn't go behind me. He went in front of me, obviously, right over my stuff. Glad he didn't knock it over. That would have been bad. But in any event, I wanted to let you know that people have come to me that I've helped in the past and thanked me in the present for giving them the tools that they needed and not giving up on them. I didn't walk away from them, they walked away from me. And they said that it was all good. It was all good because they needed my tools and used their own strength and their own spirit team. Because, they wanted to stand tall on their own. And I get that. I've always been on my own. I don't know how I would react or respond or be, if you will, if another person actually said, wait, I'll do that. You don't have to do that. Or, here, let me get you this. I have one friend, and He is showing me that it is okay to allow others to participate in my life, that everything doesn't just have to be me. And that it's good to have a friend that really doesn't expect anything except friendship. Isn't that awesome? So I am healing in a whole lot of different ways, and I am getting great news along the way, and I am just so very happy that I couldn't wait to share my special news with the people that I gravitate the most towards, and that's all of you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share my joy and letting me share your joy with you. Whatever you do today, let positive information, confirmation, affirmation, and beautification. I'm so silly. I'm so sorry. Let it all come your way. And have a very good day. Blessed be. I love you.